Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway as we get ready to host the All-Star race for the Fast Action Racing Series right here on the iCast Racing Network, powered by iRacing. These drivers are currently out here on track, and we are just getting ready to have some fun out here as these drivers are now circling around to get some good qualifying laps in. Right now, Cody Majoric is the fastest here today. Let's see what we got here going on. All right, so Chris Burge, Cody Majoric, Dan Atkins, Lucas Edwards, Matthew Stern, and Jordan Martin, they are all out here putting down some lap times currently. It looks like all these drivers have made their qualifying attempts. Uh, we're going to go ahead and beautiful. So we just got here just about 2 more minutes or so here for in the qualifying session. I'm sure that they're going to jump over to the race here momentarily. We are waiting for one driver um, to make his qualifying run, but that's going to be the number 61 of Zach Britt. I know he is having some sort of radio communication error with his headset, so he's going to try to get that out, but just unsure if he's going to be able to make talk with everybody. But as of right now, we're looking to go racing with 7 drivers here in the Fast Action Racing Series, a short track ARCA series. These drivers that you see today, all of these drivers have won a race here in the Fast Action Racing Series. And this is not a points race. So these guys are out here just for fun, tearing it up around this half mile speedway. And watching practice before they before we did go live here on the iCast Racing Network. Um, I know Jordan Martin said he was struggling back in that number 13 car, and that's not normal for him to struggle as much as he was. But putting it up there at P4 with a lap time of a 18.5. Um, so that's pretty decent. But let's go ahead and take a look here at our practice results. Cody Majork out there ran an 18.191. So 18 point. Just trying to match him up here just a little bit. Yeah, so a little bit quicker time here than for Jordan Martin here in qualifying or practice. So let's go ahead and take a look now here for our starting grid for tonight's race. Cody Majork, he will be on the pole with a 18.342. To his outside, it's going to be Lucas Edwards in that number 87 machine. On the inside of row number 2, you have Dan Atkins. And to his outside, Jordan Martin. Chris Roberg will start on the inside row number 3 with Matthew Stern in that number 4 machine. To his outside, and then rounding out your field, it's going to be Zach Britt in that number 61 machine. As we get these cars here rolling, and we're going to get ready to go green flag racing this time by, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Majork and Lucas Edwards are going to bring this field here to the green flag. Very excited to get this race underway here. 100 laps here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. As you see that iRacing pace car bring this field of 7 down the backstretch. And he's going to pull off this time as these drivers get ready to go green flag racing right here. And it's all in the hands of that number 28 of Cody Majork. And we are green flag racing right here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. What an incredible jump there by Lucas Edwards. But here comes Cody Majork on that inside as these drivers will now run down side by side down the back straightaway and into the bankings here in 3 and 4. No, both of these drivers not giving way whatsoever for that race lead as they complete race lap number 1 here. Still side by side for that race lead as we have a battle for second. Zach Britt in that number 61 machine alongside Dan Atkins in that number 91. Both of these drivers doing a fantastic, or all 4 of these drivers doing a fantastic job at keeping it off of each other as they will start to get themselves sorted out. As Lucas Edwards is now battling Zach Britt in that number 61 right now. Britt, he's got the better line out into and out of these corners. But as you see here, Lucas Edwards, he's still hanging tight on the outside there for that second spot. And behind them, you got Dan Atkins in that number 91 machine waiting to pounce at the moment that he can. And as you see here, Zach Britt finally gets around Lucas Edwards. And now Lucas Edwards has to worry about Dan Atkins right there on his back bumper. As these drivers will now come out of a turn number 2. I'm sorry, turn 4, back down straight away into turn number 1. And here comes Dan Atkins racing hard as we ride on board now here with Lucas Edwards in that number 87 machine. He's struggling now to get that number 87 machine rolling. Man, Lucas Edwards, he was really quick in that Lucky Strike machine in practice, so seeing him struggle here in the race, you know, running about for that fourth spot now is an absolute surprise. As we come back up here and take a look at Zach Britt, he started dead last on the field today, and here we are coming to complete lap number 7. He's already up to that second spot, and that did not take him long. So he's got a really good machine under him, and as he's wheeling this ARCA car around this little short track. Touching it up here, jump back here to that number 13 of Jordan Martin out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. He is struggling a little bit in that Ford Mustang as they come out of turn number 2 this time. He's just having issues trying to get that car to handle the way he's been wanting to all day. And watching him all the way back here, it's just not normal for us to see. Right now, everything's nice all and spread out here at Nashville Fairgrounds. As we take a look here as they now run single file. And it looks like that number 91, he's starting to get into a rhythm because he's been slowly starting to reel in that number 61 machine of Zach Britt, as they will come out of turn 4 and back down into turn number 1. As we come right on board once again here with Zach Britt in that number 61 machine, as he's doing everything he can to try to get to that back bumper of Cody Majork. But Cody Majork in that number 28 machine, he's just skyrocketing. Looking out how close these guys are getting to that wall around this racetrack is absolutely amazing. And back out here once again to the front straightaway. We're going to ride on board here for a whole lap here with Dan Atkins in that number 91 machine, as these guys are kind of slowly starting to recatch your race leader, Cody Majork. I mean, is it possible that Cody used up a lot of his stuff already early on, and which is allowing the rest of this group to catch him as they come out of turn number 2 here once again? We're just watching .3 back behind Majork. Majorca looked like he kind of tapped the wall there for a brief moment. And now they are just under .3 behind your race leader. Zach Britt got sideways and hit the wall on the exit of turn number 4 that time. And that's going to allow Cody Majork to pull away here just a little bit as we continue to watch your race leaders circle around this track back down the front straightaway. Look as Zach bring that Armor All Ford Mustang around and just staying right there on that back bumper now of Majork. So he's doing something right in that machine, as he is staying right there with your race leader. As we once again will ride on board here with Zach Britt as he's trying to work that inside. Cody Majork goes way high, and that's going to leave it open for Zach Britt. Britt unable to make it work as they go down in turn 3. Majork up the track, and here comes Zach Britt, not able to capitalize on that slip. As we take a look here once again on the outside, Zach Britt trying his hardest to get around him. We see Dan Atkins tap that outside wall. Britt now back onto the back bumper here of your race leader of Cody Majork. Britt gets into the wall as Atkins gets sideways. These guys are starting to really lay down the hammer out of these corners because these drivers are starting to give it all they've got as they come around here to complete lap number 23. Now back down to about 2 car lengths separation between Zach Britt and your race leader of Cody Majork as they will dive down into turn number 3. And Zach Britt is so strong getting into the corner, but he just doesn't have that oomph to get out of these corners as good as Majork. And I think that's where Zach Britt's currently having issues trying to make his way around Majork, as you see Dan Atkins now starting to apply a little bit of pressure now to the back bumper of Zach Britt. Now we have a 3-car battle now for your race lead. Majork loose that time out of turn number 2 as they come out of the corner here. Zach Britt, that time he actually got a better run out of turn number 4, and that's going to cause him to be able to now try to attack on the inside, still not able to make it happen as they come down here into turns 3 and 4 once again. Zach Britt trying to get on the throttle a lot earlier than Majork, but still not able to do it as Majork is just fast getting out of these corners. And now these drivers are starting to arc a little bit more in the corner. You will see these guys slide up a little bit and then yank it right back down to that yellow line here in turn number 1. As you see it happen right there, they get a good run out of here. As you see Cody Majork start having some radio communication issues, and that's going to allow Britt to get right back to that back bumper. And he got into the wall just a little bit, made him back out. And now they're going to try it again, coming out of turn number 2, back down this back straightaway. What an incredible race that we have right here for you guys. This is for your race lead. Zach Britt looking to the inside of Majork. He will get alongside of him out of turn 2, but Majork will have the speed down this back straightaway as they dive down here into turn number 3. They will continue to run side by side. Majork has the better line out of turn number 4 as they will continue to run side by side here through turns 1 and 2. Back down this back straightaway, heading down into turn 3. Oh, wait, Majork gets sideways. Not sure if he actually went down and hit the wall there. Let's go back here and take a quick look. But that was a very incredible save there. Yeah, he was able to keep it off the wall. That was really good driving there by Cody Majork in that number 28 machine. And so now he's going to have to get his momentum back, get back into that rhythm, and recatch your race leaders. And talk about your race leaders, Zach Britt, Dan Atkins now duking it out here for that first spot as they dive down here into turn number 1 and 2 and fly back down this back straightaway. This is something that Dan Atkins is very familiar with. He will sit there and stay on your back bumper until you make a mistake. Because once you make a mistake, that's when Dan Atkins will pounce and take over that race lead. He kind of like plays a mind game in that rearview mirror when he is behind you. And so he's trying to make it so that Zach Britt, he will mess up here at some point. And he will take full advantage of it as you see Dan Atkins gets a little bit sideways there out of turn 2. As these guys are circling around here on lap 39. Going to go ahead and come around, complete lap number 40 this time. Cody Majork, he's slowly started to regain on your front 2 after getting that mega sideways out of turn 4 just a few short laps ago. As they will dive back down here into turn number 3 and 4. And there's Dan Atkins now, once again, right on the back bumper. Super sideways there for Dan Atkins. It looks like Dan Atkins is starting to struggle a little bit with a loose race car as they exit turn 4. He's got it down on out of turn 2, but just out of turn 4. He still seems like he is struggling, but that time he did not struggle, and that allowed him to get right back to that back bumper of your race leader, Zach Britt. As they come out of turn number 2, what a run out of 2 there for Dan Atkins, as he's going to try now to make a run. Just not able to get enough speed out of turn 4 that time, as he's going to try now to work that high lane and crank it down out of turn 2 to get that momentum. He just was not close enough that time to make it happen. But here he comes out of turn number 4. He's looking to do it again. No, he slipped up just a little bit. Caused him to fall back a couple car lengths here as they will go through turns 1 and 2. He's got to refocus, and he gets up into the wall there out of turn 2. He's going to continue to try to work on, as you see, Britt, he will go up high, and that's going to bring Atkins right back to the back bumper. But still not able to capitalize, as he was still way too far back on that one, as they rocket out of turn number 2 here once again. Atkins he's just stalking his prey at this point. He's waiting for Zach to mess up like he did a couple laps ago in turns 1 and 2. And now that he's right on the back bumper, this is the perfect time for Zach to slide way up so that Dan Atkins can make his move, but still not able to make it happen. As you see in that background, Cody Majork, he's starting to get a little bit smaller in these guys' rear view mirrors. So now I'm wondering if Cody Majork has used up a lot of his equipment trying to stay out front, but now it's Dan Atkins out here running around trying to catch your race leader using up his equipment. So now it's going to be all about Zach Britt. How long is he going to be able to keep it nice and steady in that Armor All Ford Mustang? He's just doing a phenomenal job in that Ford Mustang, keeping it out front. Now starting to pull away from your second place of Dan Atkins as he goes high and turns. Oh, Dan Atkins, hold on to it, baby. What a big slide there out of. Oh, and that number 28 machine of Cody Majork is around, and that's going to bring out our first caution of the evening. Let's come back here and take a look and see what happened with Cody Majork out of the turn number 4. He just got into the gas and looped it around, hit the wall head on. Really hard damage there for Cody Majork in that SDP number 28 machine. Really good, strong run for him to start. As you see all of your race leaders coming down onto pit road. Just taking a quick look here at something, ladies and gentlemen. So he's going to circle back around, catch up here with the field. And this is Matthew Stern in that number 4 machine. So when it's all said and done, he beat me to it. I was gonna do that, but we're gonna go ahead and get that number 4 machine and that number 28 waved around the pace car. We're gonna get those guys back up here on the lead lap. There he goes. Again, this is the all-star race, so there's really no points on the table at this moment. Alright, by the way, guys, we did cross over our halfway point right about that time that caution came out. As these guys are going to go ahead and line them up. And Zach Britt, Dan Atkins will make up row number 1. Chris Roberge, Lucas Edwards will make up row 2. Row 3, Jordan Martin, Cody Majork, and Matthew Stern will round out our field. These guys just came down to get fresh tires, so we're going to have good racing right here for you. And we are green flag racing once again here at Nashville. Zach Britt out to a really good jump there as we went back green flag. And here comes Lucas Edwards in that number 87 machine on the inside of Dan Atkins. Not able to capitalize here on this restart as Edwards, he slips up the track a little bit. If I can get my English to English today. Here we go. Now it's going to be all said and done. Zach Britt, Dan Atkins, 1-2. Lucas Edwards are right back with them. Now, who is going to drive the hardest? That's going to be the ultimate question as we are now winding down the this field out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dan Atkins trying to see what he can do to get to the inside, but not able to make it. And here comes Lucas Edwards hard into the outside wall. So that's going to slow down his momentum, and he's going to have a hard time getting that number 87 machine to start to turn. I don't know how much that's going to affect that number 87 machine and damage-wise, but we're about to find out as they come out of turn number 3 here. It doesn't look like it's hurting him too terribly, as he's still able to get around this racetrack. But here comes that number 98, Chris Roberge, in that Monster Energy Ford Mustang. Yeah, looks like he does is good to go. No harm, no foul on that number 87 machine. But here comes Dan Atkins. He's now looking to the inside of your race leader, Zach Britt, as they will drag race down this back straightaway, heading down into turn number 3. Still side by side for that first spot. Dan Atkins finally able to pounce on a mistake from that number 61 machine. But here comes Lucas Edwards trying to make it into the mix here, as these drivers are going to go 3 wide behind him. And there goes that number 98 of Chris Roberge on the back straightaway, as these drivers slow up to miss him. And when the caution came out, Zach Britt was out front. Let's come back here, take a look, see what happened as they go down here into turn number 1. These guys were looking to go 4 wide but they ended up just staying 3 wide, and that brought around that number 98 machine of Chris Roberge. Of course, Chris Roberge out of Courtenay, British Columbia, our favorite Canadian. And we're going to line these guys up, and we're going to do it again. Lights are off on the iRacing pace car here once again. That means that we are going to get ready to do it all over again, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Not exactly sure why they waved it off, but we're going to go back, do it all over again now. Going to go now here with just about 33 laps to go here as we go back green flag racing. Zach Britt once again out to a decent jump there. As we have one back up in the wall, that's going to be that number 28 machine. He's trying to get everything he can out of that SDP oil number 28, as he's trying to reclaim his speed from earlier today. Cody Majorek has been wicked fast all day, so now he's just got to manage his time and get through this field. But I don't think he's ran many laps in dirty air, and this dirty air behind these other cars is just really messing with the way his race car is moving. As we jump back up here to our race leaders, Jordan Martin goes low as the number 87 Lucas Edwards goes way high, as we have Matthew Stern pound the outside wall, and he's going to get it going again here. I'm not sure if that's going to bring out the caution, but they are going to continue to race around here. Lucas Edwards in that number 87 machine still for that third spot, coming down the back straightaway. Jordan Martin not able to make anything of it, but he's up here in that fourth spot, which is very fortunate for him, as he has struggled here majority of the evening here at Nashville Fairgrounds. So him coming out here, getting fourth for the moment, as Cody Majorek is now trying to work on the inside of Martin as they come out of turn number 4. Still Majorek not able to make anything happen, as he's going to try it again here out of turn number 2. Side by side, Majorek currently has it, and he may complete the pass here out of turn 4. No, Martin comes back very strong, and they will drag race down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Martin still holding on very strong to that outside lane for that fourth spot. Still not able to, as he gets pinched up into the wall. Very unfortunate there for Jordan Martin in that number 13 machine. Now he's going to have to refocus and start to reel back in Cody Majorek, as we jump back up here with our race leaders. As you see, Matthew Stern coming back out on track. Dan Atkins still trying to get to the back bumper of that number 61 machine of Zach Britt. As you see back there, Lucas Edwards get into the wall. There's not many drivers out here that can outrun Dan Atkins. And right now, Zach Britt is doing just that. Dan Atkins is always one of the crowd favorites as they come here into turns 1 and 2 once again to always win this race. Dan Atkins, Lucas Edwards, but look here, that number 61 Armor All Ford Mustang of Zach Britt. He's doing just that as he's keeping Dan Atkins at bay here at Nashville Fairgrounds as we circle around to just 23 laps to go this next time by. Your field is now pretty much spread out. There's no really good battles here currently going on as everybody's now trying to take a breather. And Cody Majork once again hard into the outside wall, and that's going to bring out your caution here once again. Let's come back here and take a look, see what happened to Cody Majork as he exited turn number 4. He just throttled it up and tried to get too much out of it, and he just pounded that outside wall. What an incredible move there by not only Jordan Martin to miss, but Matthew Stern as well. So this is going to give Matthew Stern, that number 4 machine, a lucky dog here. As you see, these drivers are going to come down pit road for fresh tires. And we only have a couple drivers that stayed out here. It's going to be Zach Britt and Chris Roberge. Those 2 drivers are going to stay out here as Matthew Stern, he will come around and get one of his laps back. Alrighty guys, give me just one moment here. Hey Jordan, I gave him a wave around as well, so that probably will put him back on the lead lap.
I think he's going to need one more. He was 3 down.
Oh, okay.
Keep going, Matthew. Can you extend this?
Alright, so that should do it here for him. Let's see here. Yeah, so he's going to need just one more, and there it is right there. Beautiful. So we're going to get these guys doubled up. And we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing here once again, as the lights are now off on that iRacing pace car. Zach Britt, Dan Atkins will make up your row number 1 again this time. And then you also have Jordan Martin, Lucas Edwards, Chris Roberge, Cody Majork. And then rounding out so far, it's going to be Matthew Stern in that number 4 machine, as he will catch the tail end of the field. Coming down this back straightaway now. The iRacing pace car getting ready to come back in once again into the restart zone. We're going to see here what kind of a jump Zach Britt he will get this time. as they are back. Green flag racing. Zach Britt got a decent jump, but not as good of a jump as he had before, as we now come out of turn number 2 here under 17 laps to go. Jordan Martin, Lucas Edwards now running side by side for that third spot as they come out of turn number 4. Martin up into the wall just a little bit there, but no harm done on him as Edwards scoots up the track, and here comes Chris Roberge and Cody Majorca around Edwards. Edwards dropped all the way back to that 6th spot after that slip up in turn number 2 that time by. But here comes Lucas Edwards right back to the inside. Oh no, he had a bad exit there at turn number 4. I thought he was making a good run. As we come back up here with your race leaders, Dan Atkins still trying to track down that number 61 machine of Zach Britt, as we come back here to Jordan Martin in that number 13 machine, doing a really good job up here in that 3rd spot. I know he was very concerned about this race as we jump back up here to your race leaders, as Dan Atkins, he was able to get almost right to the side that time. And Lucas Edwards is around on the front straightaway here. Caution is out once again here at Nashville. Let's come back here and take a look, see what happened on the exit of turn 4. As you see, that car just steps out just on exit, like he wasn't even out of the corner yet, and that car stepped out on him. He tried to save it, avoided the outside wall, but just still, he was still fighting it all the way down here on the front straightaway. And then finally had no choice but to let it go. And great avoidance there by Matthew Stern in that number 4 machine. And he will come to a slide down here on the front straightaway. All right, we're going to have probably just about 9 laps to go when we go back green flag. Lucas Edwards down here in the pits to get a little bit of service done on his machine. He's going to rejoin the field now, and it looks like we will go ahead and get that one to go signal this next time by. So 9 laps to go, and we are getting ready to bring this all the way to the checkered flag. So definitely don't go anywhere. Things are about to get good. Oh, I misjudged. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Gonna line them up, do it all over again. And back to the green flag. Here we go. Zach Britt. And to his outside. Oh, that time, what an incredible run there by Dan Atkins. He will retake your race lead on that restart there. And that's going to make Zach Britt back in that second spot. And here comes Chris Roberge. He's starting to make some noise with that number 98 Monster Energy Ford Mustang. But right now, out front is going to be Dan Atkins. What an incredible start there for Dan on that final restart. Hopefully what is our final restart And now it's all going to be about Zach Britt trying to get back to the back bumper. But maybe Chris Roberge, he's going to have something to say as the 61 is up in the wall. Huge contact trouble in turn number 1. Zach Britt and Chris Roberge both down hard into that outside wall. Zach Britt, he will pull away, and now will Chris Roberge. Let's quickly come back here, take a look, see what happened heading down here into turn number 1. Just Britt gets up into the wall, and just that's all she wrote for both of those drivers. So right now, Zach Britt down in the pits, and here comes Chris Roberge. He's going to come down pit road now as well. He's going to go ahead and get his car taken care of here, get that wheel back in line. And now it's going to be a good race here between both Dan Atkins and Jordan Martin. As we catch back up here with your race leaders. That last time Dan Atkins had one hell of a restart, able to make it around Zach Britt, and that's where Zach Britt's race all fell apart. As you guys saw coming out, turn number 4 got up into the wall, and Chris Roberge just unfortunate bystander there, and they kept trying to get it all straightened out, but couldn't get it straightened out, and they all went up hard into the outside wall. So we're going to come around, ladies and gentlemen, to do a green-white checkered. So now it's going to be Dan Atkins, Jordan Martin in that numbers 91-13 on your front row. But don't look now, you still got Cody Majork in that number 28 S&P Oil Ford Mustang behind Dan Atkins, as we are getting ready to go back green flag racing, and the flag is back out here at Nashville for a green-white checkered. Jordan Martin stayed up here with him. Oh, and huge trouble in the back. And that's going to bring out the caution here once again. Chris Roberge and Zach Britt. I think tempers are starting to flare. Let's come back and take a look and see what happened on this restart. Just that 61 tried to fill in a gap that just wasn't there. And I'm not sure how that's all going to play out, but going to line them up, do it again for another green, white checkered here. And this time it's going to be Chris Roberge at the back end of the field. This last restart, Jordan Martin had one hell of a run, kind of similar to what Dan Atkins was able to do on Zach Britt just a couple cautions ago. So this is could be very interesting here as we come down here to our second green-white checkered attempt. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go once again into the restart zone. Jordan Martin on the outside of Dan Atkins. We are green flag racing once again, and the 61 gets sideways and carnaged back here on the front straightaway. Once again, caution is out. Let's come back here, take a look, and see what happened here. You just try to get a run, you know, out of the corner, and just not enough traction to let it hold. As they will catch up here with the iRacing pace car. Alright, so we're going to line them up, do it all over again. And hopefully this will be the, no, this will be your last green-white checkered attempt. No, this is 2 of 3, okay. So the first one was a natural green-white checkered. Now this is their second attempt at an overtime. Alright, here we go. Who's going to come bring it home? Is it going to be that number 91 of Dan Atkins? Is it going to be that number 13 of Jordan Martin? Or will Cody Majoric once again flex his muscles and show you how to get it done here at Nashville? Here we go into the restart zone. And the green flag is back out as they will get a good jump. Martin with a good jump there on that restart. He will hang tough on the outside here. Coming out of turn number 2, Jordan Martin has that run that he needs as they continue to be side by side heading down here into turn number 1. Majoric in that number 28 on the inside of Lucas Edwards. Still not able to make it happen. One more lap to go here at Nashville. And it's going to be a drag race between Jordan Martin and Lucas Edwards out of turn number 2. Still drag racing down the back straightaway. Into to turn 3 the final time. Who is it going to be at the line? Jordan Martin, Dan Atkins. It's going to be Jordan Martin for the win on the final lap. What an incredible run for Jordan Martin in that number 13 Ford Mustang. He was so worried. Oh, cool. I just found a new feature. Sorry, I found a new feature in SDK, and I'm like, ooh, wait, what? What an incredible run there for that number 13, Jordan Martin. As you see that number 98 machine bringing it backwards down the back straightaway. Let's come back here, take a look, see what happened to Chris Roberge in that number 98 machine. Heading down here into turns 3 and 4, and just on the exit, throttled it up a little too much, got sideways, and that's going to make him come back in 6th as he will finish backwards. So definitely some very interesting racing going on there. Before we come and talk with our race winners, let's go back and take a look now at your results. It's not going to take that long. All right, your race results. Jordan Martin at the line with Dan Atkins hard on that inside. Just not able to capitalize on that final restart. Lucas Edwards will bring it home 3rd. Cody Majoric, after being so strong all day, will come home 4th. Matthew Stern in that number 4 machine will come home 5th. Chris Roberge in that number 98 machine spun it coming out of turn 4 will bring it home 6th. And Zach Britt in that number 61 machine will come home 7th. Let's go see what kind of carnage we can get a hold of with our peeps here. Looks like well, Dan is still there, Lucas is still there, Jordan is still there. So I say All right. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting Lucas Edwards up here in the booth. Hey Lucas, this is Mike up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I do. How's it going?
It's going. Lucas, what an incredible run for you today. I know you struggled a little bit early on, but you were able to come back fighting strong, get that third spot here in the All Star race. How was that lucky strike Toyota today, and did you have anything there for the guys at the end?
I was lucky enough to survive. I guess the car was fast, but race pace I had nothing. So yeah, struggle is definitely the word I would use.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that we're not used to seeing out of you. Struggling so much with these ARCA cars. Um, but at the end of the day, you came back to fight home to third. So it's not too bad of a day, but it's a bad of a day because it just want to get you to handle the way it was handling for you.
Yeah.
So
Man, did I slide that thing off that corner. I was hoping they would make contact in front of me. I could just get underneath.
yeah, man, that final lap was absolutely outrageous. You definitely had it if they ended up beating and banging on each other, but unfortunately that was not the case. Um, but before we let you go here today, Lucas, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I believe some of my friends are watching, so shout out to them for watching every week.
Beautiful. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, your third place winner, Lucas Edwards, in that number 89 Toyota. And we'll see you next week, buddy.
See you next week.
Now, this is something I normally don't do, but I'm going to bring first and second down here into the booth with me. Dan and Jordan, do you both got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, first and foremost, Jordan, congratulations on that race win tonight. Um, but Dan, that final restart, when you were on the outside of Zach Britt, you got a phenomenal jump, and then you turn around and do three restarts with Jordan to your outside, and Jordan did the same thing to you that you did to Zach. What was your plan? Were you gonna try to uh, jump before Jordan jumped? And I mean, obviously he stayed
I
with
mean,
you.
I was trying to get a good jump on him, but I mean, after doing it a couple of times, he kind of got the gist of when I was gonna go, and then that's kind of what I did with Zach. I mean, Zach was jumping it pretty good, and so that last one, I expected him to go right at the line, and he sure enough he did. So we had an even start on that last one until he lost his mind.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Um, but Jordan, that final restart, you were able to hang very, very strong onto the outside of Dan. Um, how confident were you that that car was going to stick to the outside the way it did?
Man, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't have any speed all night. I didn't feel comfortable at all. I was just trying to, hold a good line and keep it straight. I figured Dan was just gonna drive away from me and I might be able to get away with second. So I was just I was just trying to hold it straight.
Yeah, I know. During practice, I watched the last 20 minutes, and you even made the comment that you were just struggling in that crossroads trucking machine, and just for you to come out here and win it, for the first All Star race here for FARS, people are going to try to claim that this was rigged, and Dan just let you win. So, um, I'm going to go
I
ahead and
can
call it.
verify it. I did not. I would never let him win like that.
Shoot,
Hell
Dan
no.
wouldn't let his grandma win.
But I'm not the type to outrun it. I thought about running him really high out of 4, but I said screw it. I'll keep it on the bottom and see what we can do. And he had that run off that high side had the momentum off the corner. So I mean,
No, I'm just out here trying to. I'm just trying to make some trouble. That's all.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
just
fine.
got
I
lucky
mean,
with.
points race.
got-
Points race. I probably wouldn't. I probably would have put him in the wall, but I mean, it being just an all-star, bragging rights, I'll let him have it.
Yeah, I just got lucky with the way the cautions fell, and I ended up being able to restart on the outside lane. I think
That was another
I
thing
think
that.
that's why.
Yeah,
That's
the
why.
cautions hadn't came out, and probably would have took it to victory lane. But it is what it is.
Oh,
It's fun.
Yeah, definitely very entertaining the last couple of laps. Yeah, I'm very surprised on how well Jordan, with how much you struggled, you were able to hold very strong on that outside that last restart. Um, you know, it just an incredible run for you all around, and congratulations, man, on your all-star win. Dan, congratulations on coming home second. At the end of the day, you both are winners here. Dan, I think you led the most laps, I believe. So,
No, Zach did.
no, Zach did. Well,
Yep.
well, he was disqualified, so those stats don't count. So you are the one that ran the most or led the most laps today, I believe. So, with that being said, congratulations to the both of you, and I'll go ahead and throw you guys back up.
thank you, bud.
Appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night of racing here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. It looked like these guys had a ton of fun. I wish I would have joined them when I had the opportunity, but I said, no, I'll go ahead and just broadcast it. I should definitely come out here and raced it with them. But, I mean, all around, ladies and gentlemen, that was an incredible run. We will return next week right here on the iCast Racing Network as we will head over to Oswego to run the mini course out there for 100 laps. So, ladies and gentlemen, next Monday, we will see you guys then. Until then, you guys know how it goes. You guys have yourself a beautiful evening and have yourself a wonderful, happy time zones. Until then, adios.
This is iWork powered by iRacing. Thank you for your continued support. Don't forget to like and subscribe for notifications for all of our live events right here on YouTube and Twitch. We would like to thank SDK Gaming for their production overlays that makes this event enjoyable. Until next time, happy time zones.